Hi, my name's Daryl, and here's your Jeep news for January 5th. So my first story, it's about the 4xe, both the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Seems like for 2025, they lost their federal tax credit. Now, they used to actually have like $7,500 in federal tax credit, and that recently went down. I don't know if it's 2023 or 2024, but it went down to $3,750, and now it's totally gone. So yeah, here's a list of the plug-in hybrids. This is from Inside EVs. And here's a list of the plug-in hybrids that lost their federal tax credit. Now, I think it was really likely that the federal tax credit is going to go for all EVs. I think with the new administration coming in, the new President Trump, he has talked about, he doesn't want to see electric vehicles have these incentives. He wants them to kind of sell on their own as far as consumer demand. So, and I kind of agree with that. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see this go away for the 4xe. And the 4xes have been basically the #1 selling plug-in hybrid, and the federal tax credit likely had something to do with that, as well as how much Jeep is discounting the vehicles. Now, you can still take advantage of the federal tax credit by leasing the vehicle. So still available is the $7,500 capital cost reduction if you lease it, and then you can actually buy that out early and then take advantage of that $7,500 federal tax credit. Now, I did a similar video on how to do this on a RAV4 Prime. You actually didn't get as much back as you would if you purchased out a 4xe. But the process is basically the same. I might do it, if you guys are interested, I might do a similar video on a 4xe, just let me know. So our next story is about the 4xe, the 95B recall. Now I previously reported on this, that some of the dealers weren't actually doing the 95B recall procedure correctly because they weren't doing the drive sequence that they're supposed to be doing. Well, it seems like even if the dealer is doing the drive sequence, it is a good possibility, and I don't know the percentage, but there's a possibility that after you get the vehicle back, after driving between 50 and 75 miles, you're going to get a check engine light, which means that the battery is bad. So once again, our friends over at the Wrangler 4xe fans Facebook page, as well as their YouTube channel, they talked about this particular thing happening. And so if you do have a 4xe, and if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel or on their Wrangler 4xe fans Facebook page, I would highly encourage you to kind of check that out. But if you do have the recall done and you get the car and you drive it and you get that check engine light, it's really important because it's likely that battery is failing and it could be very dangerous. So if you get a check engine light, make sure you take it back to your dealer right away and get it checked out, and likely you're going to get a brand new battery. So in our next news story, it's the start of a brand new year, and so all the auto manufacturers are required to report their year-end sales for all their different vehicles. And as expected, it was a terrible, terrible year for Jeep and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram as a whole, as well as Stellantis. So our friends over at Mopar Insiders, they broke this down for us. So the total sales of the Stellantis vehicles are down 15%. And if you look at Jeep was down 9%, Ram 19%, Dodge 29%. Chrysler actually did the best. They actually had a pretty good Q4 for the Pacifica minivan sales, but yeah, not great. But I will say that Q4 was actually better than Q3. And this other story talked about how dealers really are feeling better about things in the future. So the combination of Carlos Tavares being fired and Tim Kuniskis from Ram, or the new Ram CEO coming back and kind of bringing a new spirit to Ram, talking about bringing back the Hemi engines and really giving a shot in the arm for the entire brand. I think there's going to be good things to come. I think prices are dropping. I think quality will increase. I think the performance will be back at Dodge and Ram. And so bad year for overall sales, but I think there's a promise for the future. And in somewhat similar news, although the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram sales aren't exactly booming, the Trump effect is having a major effect on the whole auto manufacturing industry. So it seems like wherever you sit in regards to either loving Trump or hating Trump, it doesn't matter because people are buying cars. So some folks are really worried about the federal tax credit going away and tariffs and all these things. So they're rushing into dealerships to buy cars before all this happens. And then other folks, are really happy about the new change in administration, are, really excited about the future and the economy coming back. And so, yeah, they're buying cars too. So it's pretty cool that the auto manufacturing industry is actually going to be able to take advantage of this. And then, of course, we have the pressure from the Trump administration or the Trump transition team, that really wants Stellantis to let go of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram and have it be more of an American-owned company. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that in the future. But the Trump effect, yes, it's a thing. So in other exciting news, now I talked about the Jeep Cherokee coming back that Jeep had put on hold for a little while. It seems like they're also bringing back the Jeep Renegade. So the Renegade had always been kind of Jeep's entry-level vehicle into their kind of 4x4 culture, and it looks like it's going to be returning in 2027. So the Renegade is going to be built on the STLA small platform, so you can get up to 300 miles of EV range. But they're going to offer multiple drivetrain options or powertrain options, depending on, what you want as a consumer. So they're going to be offering an internal combustion engine with a turbocharged engine, as well as likely a hybridized engine, and finally an EV-only engine. So you get your choice, which is great. Now, they're looking at having the entry-level version of the Renegade be below $25,000. And so it's really cool that Jeep is going to bring this back and bring some more affordable cars to the brand. Now the Renegade, it's going to have all-wheel drive, and they're likely also to have specific off-road trims that are going to have kind of more rugged tires or underbody protection to protect it if you are going off-road. And so yeah, happy to see the Renegade make a return. So in our last piece of news, and this is from the rumor mill department, TK's Garage, they're reporting that Stellantis is rehiring some of the SRT team. So Stellantis had let go of the SRT team and all the engineers, and it seems like they're bringing them back. So this probably has something to do with Tim Kuniskis and his plans for Ram, maybe Dodge, but it looks like the SRT team's first project is going to be on a Jeep. So we don't know which Jeep that is. Is it going to be the Grand Cherokee SRT? The Gladiator sales have really kind of dropped off, and the Gladiator's drivetrain with their, it's a tried and true V6 Pentastar, but it's not the most powerful engine for a pickup truck. Man, I would love to see a Jeep Gladiator SRT. Wouldn't that be amazing? And that would pick up sales for that Gladiator right away. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'm really excited to see the SRT team coming back and coming to Jeep. So that's going to bring a lot of excitement to the brand. So this is Daryl with your Jeep news, and I'll talk to you very soon.